Today, we're going to talk about consistency, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to be consistent at to guarantee success. I assure you, hands down, it's the key to success. Hi, I'm Graham, but my friends call me Coach Grazy. The information that you're about to learn is extremely powerful. It completely changed my life and continues to change it in the most amazing ways. It makes the seemingly impossible possible. This simple behaviour has guided me through the biggest challenges of my life, and it continues to do so today. When you learn to unlock and harness the power hidden within consistent small actions, you can achieve any challenge life throws at you and anything your heart desires. When you look at people who have been successful in any way, you'll find they all have this simple behaviour in common. For a moment, cast your mind, just for a moment, to those people who have truly changed the world. You know, people like Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Oprah, Steve Jobs, Malcolm X, and the list goes on. You will find amongst them individual personalities, many unique and individual traits and habits, but there is one thing you will find they all have in common. They maintained growth through momentum, and they built momentum through small, consistent actions. With this simple behaviour, anyone can change the world. Now, have you ever wondered why someone you know, it might be a workmate, a friend, a relative, maybe even yourself, who possesses all the technical skills, the education, the desire and the passion, everything that's needed to succeed, but never really achieving the success that they are capable of and they deserve? Now, this occurs because we often mistake the key to success as being education, training, passion, desire, even money. And although there's no doubting that they all do help, the key to massive success, and by that I mean change the world type stuff, is actually really simple. The key is consistent, small actions. That's it. There is nothing more to it. Small, simple actions on a consistent basis. Let me give you an example about how this works in a real life event of my own. It's very personal. Now, life throws challenges our way. Challenges and obstacles are just part of the journey of life. I have them, you have them, we all do, and we always will. The fact is, if you're an adult and you're alive, you are a survivor. And you survived only by facing your challenges and obstacles. But imagine if you could not only survive, imagine if you could navigate life's challenges with ease and create success from them. And one of the hardest challenges I personally faced was in my late 30s. A business deal had gone horribly wrong. Now, exactly how that happened is a story for another time, but suffice to say, I had millions of dollars stolen from me, and I was on the verge of bankruptcy. Now, not only had I lost millions, I was also left with huge debts to friends and people I loved. It really was the lowest and scariest time of my life. But as I said, that's a story for another day. Now, when the dust had settled, the only asset I had left, if you can call it an asset, was a piece of land that had a contaminated petrol station on it. It was part of a business partnership that had fallen over, and it was the part that everyone else ran from and left all of it and its debts with me. Now, I knew I only had two choices: take the easy path and declare bankruptcy, or somehow develop this piece of contaminated land and hopefully pay off all my debts and get back to at least a break even. Problem was, I had never done anything like this. I'd never built anything. In fact, I didn't even know how to renovate my own bathroom at that stage. How was I going to remediate a contaminated petrol station site and build a multi-million-dollar development on it when I had absolutely no money and no experience? Now, everyone around me, my friends, my family, my advisors, they all said, Grazy, you have to go bankrupt. And that I could never achieve this thing. It's too big, it's too complicated. But there was a man who I trusted and I respected. And when I asked his opinion, he simply said, Grazy, you can do anything, my friend. All you need to do is break it down into small actions and then be consistent with those actions. And from that, big things will grow. So I did exactly that. And 4 years later, I had successfully developed Queens Road, Mount Pleasant, a 3-story building with 16 luxury apartments, a supermarket, a cafe, a restaurant, a hairdresser, and 2 undercroft car parks. I was able to pay back all of my debts, but more importantly, I was able to look my 2 young boys in the eye and tell them that their dad had succeeded. And he kept all of his promises to his friends, his family, and his colleagues. You see, my success was not just about the financial stuff, it was about the heart. Life had thrown a massive challenge at me, and I wanted my sons to know that anything is possible. All you need to do is focus on consistent, small actions and never give up. Now, after the development, I needed to transition into this amazing health and fitness industry. So I studied hard and I gained my official health industry credentials, got my certifications. I was now officially certified and I'd been training most of my life, so I had a lot of practical experience. I had a goal of building financial freedom through the service of others. But like many of you guys who are getting started or are at a crossroad in your fitness career or your business, I had absolutely no idea where to start. So I turned to the one thing I knew would not fail. Just start taking small actions on a consistent basis and it will grow. By now, I bet you're thinking, yeah, okay, I get that. But exactly how should my actions be? What should they look like? How do I know what steps to take, what actions to take? Well, I'm not going to go into detail today about how to come up with and implement your first steps and actions. But suffice to say, it doesn't really matter, because any simple action taken on a consistent basis grows and it will take shape. It'll get you there. It'll evolve. It's just the way it works, and it works every time. What I have done for you is included a simple worksheet for you to download. And that worksheet, it'll help you identify your first actions so you can get started today. I've also included in the worksheet the first simple action that I implemented with consistency, and it grew me a client base that produced a 6-figure income. The secret was its simplicity and consistency. Now, I want to emphasize this. It was not the small actionable steps that were the key to my success. It was the consistency at which I carried them out. That made the impossible possible. The actions and the steps, they will evolve, but only if you are consistently implementing them. I wanted to give you a real life example of how small consistent actions can lead to massive things, massive change and success, making what seems impossible possible. Now, like me, if you want to create your own financial independence so you can have a massive impact on the health and fitness and well-being of our communities, our friends, our family and the world, then it excites me on how this simple strategy can and will play out in your life. And it all starts with consistency. There are thousands of health and social issues facing our communities and the world today. Issues that need courageous individuals like yourself to step up and face these problems. Believe me, you're not at all insignificant. You are not irrelevant. Every successful person in the world started out just like you and me. Never underestimate the power of small, simple actions executed consistently, and never underestimate yourself, because with this simple strategy you can achieve anything. So when the next person or that voice in your head asks you, how are you going to build this thing you keep talking about? It seems crazy, it's big and way out of your reach. How are you going to do it? I want you to take a step back and with a massive, confident smile on your face, simply say, through small, consistent actions. And your first action is to download the worksheet and get started. I'm Coach Grazy. Please help me change the world by following me on social.